hang tight. I got a leak. I got a water leak. I mean, not really a water leak. Just I needed one more screw in there. Yeah. I got a little water leak. We about to run this thing. I missed a couple screw holes. Y'all hang tight. Let me get a screw or a waterproof screw. A screw with a washer. Hey Mac, how'd your clear turn out? I'll go check it out when I get done doing this. Yeah, see I put that, not me stupid. See I had that one. I didn't see that one because it was under the angle. So. Y'all hang tight. This is a two-hand operation. All right, now. How'd your clear look, Mac? We about to run this thing, boys and girls. We're about to run it. Hold on, let me, Oh, that's great, Mac. That's always good. Hey, what's the temp today up there, Mac? I'm gonna put it at 10. What was your spraying temp? Like 70 degrees today? Hey, man, I like it when it comes out like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is, it's about 70 degrees right now. All right, so Johnny be good. Johnny at Langmar. What's up, John? We had to take the cover back off. My limit switches was going crazy. There's a all right. Everything's good, Elliot. How are you? We about to. Let y'all know. I've already cut one, but we're about to cut another one. We did a little bit of adjustment. So we gotta tell where this thing. We gotta tell this thing where it's at. So right now we're gonna pull in the file. So the file is right here, 63 Impala floor shifter. I misspelled Impala. So there's the part, but we need to tell the part. We need to tell the part where it's at. So we need to set our program origin. So we're going to click right here. And by what that does, that is going to, see how this is in quadrants? 1, 2, 3, 4. So imagine, see how this is in quadrants? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. The table is in quadrant 4, if that makes sense. Because this is where the torch, this is where home base is, where I have it set up. So I want to be in this quadrant right here. All right. So with that being said, now I need to tell it where the metal is. Let me turn this around. So now I need to tell it where the metal's at. Now I need to square the metal back up. Y'all hang tight. Y'all hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. We're going to set the metal at 10. And we're at 6 3/4. Yeah, all right, so there we go. We're good on that. We're good on that. So if y'all new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. This has been like a 3 or 4 month process. I've had trouble after trouble. And it was just, I could have got mad at the company, but it was just, Johnny's been great. We had a bad box. It's just, we don't even want to get into it. But anyway, I think we got it on the short row. So we're going to put the torch head. We're going to zero the torch head. All right. All right, see, we got it right there on that corner. We got it on that corner right there. Now we're going to zero all axis. When we zero all axis, it's going to put it back in the quadrant. See, it put it back in the quadrant. Now, with that being said, if I run the torch head out, let's say I've run it. Let's see if I run it out of the way like that. What's up, TJ? If I run it from home, then I go back right here and hit go back to work 0. Watch what happens. It goes back to work 0. Yay! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, boys and girls. We are making a transmission patch panel for this 63 Impala. All right, so now we want to do a dry run, right? I've already set up right here. I've already told it in my G codes. I've already told it what kind of metal it is, the volt. I've already programmed all that. We're doing that off camera. So we're gonna go right here and we're gonna go dry run. So right there, we got it on the dry run, right? So we got it on dry run, and now we're gonna hit start. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna make sure that we're in the panel. This is just a piece of scrap that I got back there that we're gonna use, and we're gonna see what happens. So we're gonna do a dry run. That's the inside. Now we're gonna go to the outside. Ooh, that's close. Sweet. All right, now it says program has completed. Now we're gonna hit close. Now we're gonna tell it to go back to work 0. Ha-ha! Y'all ready? All right. We put a little bit of water in there. Yeah, see, I had a... I didn't put much water in there because, yeah, I'll have to silicone it. But I think we're good to go on that. All right, so now we're going to take it off a dry run, and we're going to go for real. You boys and girls ready? Give me a thumbs up if y'all want to go to this thing for real. So what we did is we drew a piece. I got a mess because I've been excited. So we took a piece of cardboard. We made a template. I don't even know where the hell it's at in it. It don't matter. Anyway, we took a piece of cardboard, we took a template, and we drew it up, and then we placed it in the car. All right, so y'all boys and girls ready? All right, here we go. All right, here we go, boys and girls. We ready? Woo! All right, it's done. We're gonna tell it go back to home. All right. Now I didn't put much water in this thing because it's silicone together, but we got my little coffee cup. Now, I'm doing this one-handed, y'all, so y'all just have to. Sheesh. Ha ha. Yes, sir. We went from cardboard to drawing. Now that is going to be the floor piece. We hope that's going to be the floor piece. We're going to hopefully that's be the floor piece. Let's go over here and clean this thing up. Boy, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go over and clean this thing up. Boy, you ain't going to be able to tell me. Sheesh. All right. Now, again, this is just the first. Now, it fit in cardboard. It fit in cardboard. And y'all see I made that little notch right there for the linkage. All right. So we're going to clean these edges up just a little bit. We're just cleaning the rust off. All right, let's go ahead and check it in the car. So check it in the car, check it in the car, check it. Been a long day. Don't feel like I got nothing done. All right, now what we're doing is we just put this shifter in the other day. Y'all see where they've cut the floor and just mangled it, right? So this is what this is for. Sheesh. All right, let me get my shopping. We got to pull all it. We got to pull all the interior out and the carpet because we're going to have to fix it. Now, the fun part is we're going to have to shape it. So that's where it goes. All right. So probably about right. We're going to start about right there. Probably right there. Probably about right there. Probably about right there. That's where we're going to start at. I need to tape this up. I need to tape this up so I don't scratch it. we have to tape that shifter up so we don't scratch it. I tell you what, my client's awesome. Told him what I needed for the shifter or for the linkage for the steering column. I gave him all the part numbers. He ordered it. Bam, it came in. That's what came in on the FedEx truck. All right. So let me go back here to my Gene Winfield inspired pipe anvil that's full of sand. We built this. What's up, Elko? What's up, Nathan? What's up, TJ? What's up, Tim? What's up, Slick, Josh, Tony Bands? So this is the sand anvil or pipe anvil that we built live together. It's filled up with sand. It's got 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets, or about a. So what we're going to do is this is like a manual roller. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll these edges up to that line on both sides. We're going to go real tight first, and then we're going to go loose. All right? And then we're going to go out there and check it. All right, so y'all hang tight. See what we're doing? See what we're doing? So we got that first break right there. We're gonna do the same thing here. Then we're gonna go back out there and check it to see how much more we need to bring it around. All right, let's go out here and we're gonna go out here and we're gonna check it. We're gonna go look at it. Now, this over here, this side here is gonna flex up because it's been cut out. But it's okay, we can do a little bit of hammering and dolly on it if we need to. So once I get to the other part, like taking all the interior and stuff out, I'm not gonna do it live, but when I come back and weld it, I'll do it live. You know what I'm saying? So there we're getting there. So right there, so we got the first break's right there. And then the carpet's here, so the carpet's holding us up. So we don't want to get too crazy, but if we do, we can hammer and dolly it back out. So I'm gonna come about right here because I want that to turn down. And you see right here where we got that break, we need it to turn down about right in there. We need to roll it. And I'm just giving you an idea about, we need to tape this up. I done said that 2 or 3 times. But with that being said, we getting there. I don't know, Crane, I might. If I put my mind to it, I might be able to. So like I say, we got it radiused here, so we need to kind of just radius it from there to there to get it where we need it to get it. And then we'll go from there. We started right there and we worked it to right there. That's as far as I went. I went from that mark to that mark. See that? So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna go from that mark to that mark. We're gonna put the radius in this part, and that's gonna bring that part down. See? We went from that mark to that mark and radiused it, and it dropped it on down. See? We're getting there. Now look, put it on the table. See? Put it on the table. We almost getting like a tunnel. See that? See that? we gonna get this song gun fixed. Look here. Fire in the hole. What's up, Grease Spot? So, all right, let's get back in here. Now, I done told y'all 3 times we're gonna tape that shifter up. And I've walked by that tape 3 times. I've walked by that tape 3 times and we ain't taped it up. And then when I scratch it, I'm gonna say, I told y'all we supposed to tape that son of a gun up. Yeah, here's my steering stuff. Look, there's the steering stuff right there. I done told y'all 3 times we're gonna tape that up. And then when I scratch it, and I'm gonna say, I told y'all we supposed to tape that up. Where's Elko at? I told Elko to tape that shit up. What's Nathan talking about? Anyone that is new is anyone is new. This 6.3 Impala for a client, someone else has done work previously. JG is repairing things. Oh, I appreciate that, Nathan. Appreciate that. Nathan is always Nathan. If y'all haven't noticed, Nathan is always he goes far and beyond of Call of Duty. So I put the camera down so I could put some tape on this shaft so it don't scratch it. Don't scratch it. And it might not scratch it because it's hardened chrome, but tape is your friend. Tape is your friend. This tape got wet. It got damped or something. It got wet. I don't know how, but it got wet. See how it's doing. All right, boys and girls. I'm tired, boss. I'm telling you, watching. I tell you, watching you and Mac and work with metal just to me. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Boy, and once I take the carpet up, we can do some fine tuning. Fine tuning, boys and girls. Fine tuning. Fine tuning. Fine tuning. Fine tuning. Okay. All right. You want to see the inside? All right, so here you go. There's the box, Grease Spot. There's the Gen 5 right there. There's that, and then that's what I was telling you. See, all your lines go through there. That's where your lines go. You have no room. You have no room on that side for anything. You might up there at the top, but it'd be a pain in the ass to get to it. And then right there is where you got to cut your old your old defroster vent out. And then there's the new vent that you put up there. Yeah, it's definitely going to be on the driver's side. It's definitely going to be. So, all right. So look right here, Grease Spot. You see where your ashray's at? You see where your ashtray's at? You see that? That is about, that's about 3 fingers from the edge of the ashtray over. But then you got to know you got all your vents. So it's definitely going to be on the driver's side. Yeah, so it's definitely, here you go, let me show you. So it's definitely, right there's the box. Then you got 3 vents that come out that side. There's nothing that comes out the top. It all comes out the side. So there's your defrost, and then you got your vent here. You got 2 vents there, and then you got another vent there. All right. So, and then, you know, your gauge cluster comes back about this far, somewhere right in here. So you got, so it's definitely, you're definitely gonna be somewhere right at, you're definitely gonna be somewhere right in there. Now, if you screw into this, you're gonna have to put silicone on it, because this is your vent. This is your cowl panel right here, and your water, it'll drip. So it's definitely going to be right in there. You good? Grease spot, you good? Drop. Oh, okay. So that's that. So let me turn this thing around. So yeah. So now, yeah, no problem, buddy, no problem. Because right there, everything goes through that plate right there, and then everything runs up behind the fender. Everything runs up in the fender well all the way out and around. So you got enough hoses and stuff. It runs. Let me get out. Let me take this with me. Let me show you. Now, you might have a different, well, I'm pretty sure you got a different compressor than I got. But let me show you where it goes. So your lines, they're way up, they're come out right there, right? And then they run underneath the inner fender and come all around and then come back out right there. Yeah, yeah, so yours is going to be on the back side right here. These are on the side. So yours is going to be here, but you're still going to run under. I mean, you can run across. I've seen some guys run across the inner fenders and come straight across. I mean, it's just wherever you want to run it. It's just wherever you want to run it. So now I can tweak this. I can tweak this on the piece of railroad steel. If I need to tweak it, I can do it on the railroad steel. If I need to tweak it some more on this, I can tweak it more on this. So it's all that. So that's that. This is cool. So this is out of 18 gauge. So that's good on that. So we'll get that. Let me go over here and I'll show you this box. So here's the parts that came in. So we'll go over here and open, and then I got to clean up. Then we got to do some housekeeping. Oh yeah, the dry shaft shop called and said they had me ready to go. So got to go get that. So first, let me show you. Here's the old steering linkage, all right? Here's the old steering linkage. Let me show you. And the busted ass heim joint. So let me show you. Here's the old linkage. This was right up against the exhaust manifolds, the long tube headers, and it just heated this up and it just seized it to it, right? They welded these together. This was just, didn't even have a set screw or nothing in it. This was on the stock steering column, and it was busted. And then this was locked up on that. And we had to take the airbags out and everything to get up underneath there to get this, because this, they had this through the chassis up into the pocket. So we had to take the airbag and all that mess out to get to this, to get the bolt loose. And then we took a grinder, a cutoff wheel, and we split this, and then I took the air hammer and I opened it up, and then it fell apart. Right. So that's that. I appreciate that, fellas. So this is that, right? So I told the client, I went on Speedway, because he buys a lot of stuff from Speedway, and Speedway's a good place. They don't sponsor me, but they got a lot of stuff, right? So I went to Speedway, I went through, and I checked everything we needed. Plus, he has a brand new steering column. It's right there. And it's a double D. And if you don't know what a double D is this. You got a D on that side, and you got a D on that side. So that's a double D, right? So let me show you what we got. Y'all hang tight. Yeah, I wish what's up, Scoot? I wish I had a power hammer and a polishing hammer. I've been looking at them. I like to have a polishing hammer. That's PLHASNING, a polishing hammer. And I like to have an air hammer, like a big air hammer, like to do yeah. If you're into metalworking, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's check this out. Let's check these parts out and see what see if they got her order right. See if they got. Try not to tear the cardboard. Got a piece of 24-inch piece of shaft. Yeah, a polishing hammer. Yeah, I want a polishing hammer. There's our shaft. All right. I always check invoices. To make sure they sent what they supposed to send. So part number 175-0757. But there's that. We got 175-0247. We got 2 of them. Then we should have this should be a double D weld on, to a 3/4 round. And this part number is 910-32390. Yep, there's that. That son of a gun right there, $90. $90 for that joint. $90. All right, this one right here is 910-31663. Yep, this one right here is 3/4 round. Yep. Here's another one. Cause see, we had 2, right? And then we didn't have nothing here, so we have to have one here. We have to connect the new shaft to the new steering column, and then we have to have that. So we have to have 3. We have to have 3 U joints, right? They got this one taped up so bad you can't even tell what it is. 31664. 3/4 both ends. Yep. This one right here, $89. This one right here, $89. $89. The shaft, $20. The heim joint, The heim joint, $16. The nuts, $4 a piece. So let me show you what we got going on, fam. No, I'm not replacing the rack. Not yet. I mean, we seem to be okay. All right, so here's what we got going on. So the heim joint. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. No politics, no religion. If you do politics and religion, the boys and girls in the green, or the boys and girls with the wrenches will send you packing. All right, so this slides in there like that. Now I'm gonna put aniseed, I'm gonna clean this up with my Dynafile, right? I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'm gonna put anise on this and anise on this, right? So this is gonna fit into the frame where the other one was at, right? So that's that. And then you have Wait a second. All right, so here's where we're at. All right, so here's the old steering shaft, right? Here's the new one, right? Here's the new one. So what we'll do is we're gonna measure the length of this, and then measure the length of this, right? And then we're gonna cut a shaft, right? And we'll cut this shaft and we'll put it in there. Then we're gonna clean this up really, really good. And these are weld on, right? These are weld on. See that right there? Weld, they're weld on. They make two different versions. These are weld ons, right? Weld ons. Don't buy the ones that are not weld on, right? And then we're gonna dry run it first before we weld anything, right? Then we'll measure from here to here, because we got to put the new steering column in, and then we'll cut as needed, and then we'll go from there. This part right here, that right there is double D, right? So you take these two set screws out. You see those two set screws? You take those two set screws out. You slide that on that, right? Then you take a center punch and you mark where those set screws are, right? Then you slide this off. Then you drill the holes for these set screws. Then you slide this back on there, run those set screws in there with Loctite, and it has a jam nut, right? You Loctite them bad boys in there. If you really want to take it far and beyond, if you can drill and tap this where that threads into that, but and then go from there. Do not weld this to this, because if you weld this to this, you can't never get the column out. Now this part here welds to the shaft, right? Because I got all weld-ons, right? So there's a difference in the shafts. You got weld-ons and then you got pins, right? So these have pins in them, right? So, and they put screws in them, and then they welded them too. See, they didn't even put a pin in that one. See that? They didn't even put a pin in that one. So that's that. So I'm gonna put all this stuff together and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, see this end here is splined, right? So you got, this one here is slicked around and then splined. So this one will actually go on the rack, and see they didn't even have a set screw on the rack. This one has a set screw where it screws in on the rack. See, it didn't even have that one on that one. So lot of stuff that's non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Brakes and steering is your key thing. You need to stop and you need to be able to steer. So hopefully what I do is I'm gonna get all the carpet and all the interior out, and then we're gonna build this, and then I'll probably get back with you. But boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm happier than a pig in shit that we got the table going. Now, the limit switches are messed up, but he thinks it's a malware thing. But I am super, super, super stoked that we got this going. So now I can go ahead and clean up my mess, get this 10 gauge, put it back on there, and then we can start making pieces for og6. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Hey, this thing ain't got emergency brakes. So let me tell you what they did before we tap out. So this thing had a 2-speed power glide in it. They took the 2-speed power glide in it and put the 700R in it. Well, I told the client, I said, when we redone his rear end, you know, we got emergency brakes and all that. The client said, I said, you don't have no e-brake. He said, well, you have to have a special bracket for the e-brake for a 700R. So they, not him, whoever he bought the car from, they just cut all the e-brake system off of it. He said, you don't need e-brake. Just let it all out, let all the air out of it, put it on the ground, it can't go nowhere. So it had no e-brake, and the shifter was messed up, and the steering was missing some hardware. Yeah. Yeah, dangerous. Dangerous. So, trying to get there the best I can. I appreciate every single one of you, boys and girls. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember I said, don't worry about the man up road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch before sweep it off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag peace on chicory some out.